a decision. Okay, what is it that we're talking about?
Okay.
Are we talking about that I'm upset that I'm not in the movie, or we're talking about the fact that what it's going to represent now?
Exactly.
So eventually I did have to look at the bigger picture, that something that I created
Right.
is now going forth through the world and in the 21st century. So it was a very difficult time. I'm not going to lie. I'm totally transparent about everything. I tell the truth.
Okay.
I was very angry.
Okay.
And very disappointed. And was also quite angry with Jennifer Hudson as well. The position that they had put her in, and then some of it that she took herself. Because also she was a young girl.
Right.
She was far older than I was when I was in Dreamgirls and when I had
Right.
won everything.
Okay.
So to me, it did not look like a young girl.
Okay.
You know, doing something. This was a young lady now, young
Okay.
woman, going into things that I thought should have stood up and took a better responsibility for some things. But as God would have it, He is faithful.
Yes.
And
I'm sure you had to lean on your faith in a strong way back then.
and He took a very negative situation and made it for my good.
Okay.
So it actually was better that I wasn't in the movie, because then my legacy would have been totally wiped out, because they can say, well, she was in the movie and whatever.
Right.
But because I wasn't in the movie, it created enough of a uproar that people went to find out who I was.
Right.
So more young people began to Google me and search me and, you know, put out and say, hey, there was an old lady before her, you know, let's get some stuff on her, you know. So there's like, well, why did they try to make it like it was new? And so it actually brought me back into this medium, in this new medium.
Okay.
And it brought me into the light of people. People wanted to know who I was. And so, you know, what was meant for my bad actually turned out, you know, for my good. But I had to trust God to know that.
That's
it was
right.
very difficult.
Okay.
And Jennifer and I did the BET Awards in June of 2007.
Very powerful. I was so happy to see that.
And
that sent a strong message as well.
Well, I wanted to send a message that, first of all, my being the oldest, and first of all, my being conscious about where we are as a people.
And for those of you wondering about that experience, they actually sang the song together. Jennifer Hudson and Jennifer Holliday merged together in
singing. I'm telling you,
right.
for the opening
Yes.
of the BET Awards in 2007.
What a nice surprise! Yes.
Yes, and so
Was that the first time you met her that day?
that was the first time that I had met her during that time.
Okay.
And for months I had said no.
Oh, really?
Yes, for the months I had said no. And then I decided that I would say yes, because I said, well, some other major network is going to come up with the same idea.
Right.
And they will have privy to it. I said, so why not do it for my own people?
Exactly.
Why not do it for BET?
Okay.
Why not do it so that generations of those from my years who are having to sit at the dinner table and explain to their young people
Right.
Who I am, this will do it. I said, so I felt more like it was a Fraser Ali kind of flight.
Okay.
You know, oh yeah.
So you
I
think it was?
I went to throw down.
So when you first laid eyes on Jennifer Hudson live, what happened? Who had the first words? What was said? Briefly.
Well, it wasn't much said because she had like a lot of people. She had like a huge entourage. So she
Okay.
had like 30 people, some dogs, and it was just like, girl, it was.
So what was the first encounter like?
You know, we're going to have to, let's pick it up another time. We're going to pick that one up another time.
Did you embrace her? Did she embrace you first? Do you think that she should have embraced you first, seeing as though you paved the way? What?
I'm going to tell you, we sang on that show.
You didn't talk first?
I'm going to tell you, we sang on that show.
Okay.
We would need a lot more time for me to
All
tell
right,
you.
so I got to
that.
hear the rest of this at another time. But anyway, thank you so much. We can go on and on.
Thank
Much
you.
continued success.
And can I
show
tell
your
you-
CD again,
Yes.
and where we can reach you,
Yes.
the website.
This is my new gospel CD. Those of you who followed my career, you know I have one called On and On, which I did in 1994. Which was my first one. This is actually my second CD, and what's unique about this is that it is sermon and song. And this pastor here is Reverend Dr. Raphael G. Warnock of the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia, which is the spiritual home of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King. And he's such a dynamic pastor, a young man, only 42 years old, and so much wisdom there. And I was so inspired by his sermons, so greatly touched, that I wanted to set them to music. And I did just that. So I took excerpts, called them sermonettes, wrote songs, and I'm singing. We also have one sermon in its entirety because he's very serious about his ministry, a great theologian, and as I said, great wisdom. So we wanted the Word of God to be the anchor. So there's a 20-minute sermon here, which is from the 23rd Psalm, which everyone knows. And I think it's unique. It's something different. And of course, I'll follow up and do one by myself. I'll do a gospel one by myself. But this one I'm very proud of because the anchor in our lives is the Word of God.
That's right.
And even though a lot of people say some of my songs have gotten through a night or gotten them through a situation, but it's God's love and His faith and His mercy and His goodness that will empower us and take us through these difficult times. And we've been through some hard times right here now, but it seems like we might be through some more. So I'm hoping that this can encourage people, tell them to hold on, to have hope, and to keep the faith, and to keep looking up.
Goodness and mercy.
Goodness and mercy.
Jennifer Holliday, we thank you so much. Jennifer, I have to ask you this, and I know I'm putting you on the spot, but see, you can sing.
Oh, so. Thank you. Thank you.
Can you please conclude with the song that had such a major impact even today, 30 years ago, from Dreamgirls, and I Am Telling You?
I would be happy to.
Thank you so much.
And I am telling you, I'm not going. You're the best man I'll ever know. There's no way I can ever go. No, there's no way. No way I'm living without you. I'm not living without you. I don't want to be free. I'm staying. I'm staying. And you're gonna love me. You're gonna love me. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're gonna love me. Thank you.
My sister.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Oh, gosh.
Thanks.